The first time I visited Bali in 1975, it was known for cheap flights, cheap accommodation, cheap food, magic mushrooms and surfies. A lot has changed, particularly in the last 22 years after the Bali bombing. And even after 50 years from my first visit, some things still remain the same. Like these markets where the people insist that you check out their shop and their clothing, which is the same as everybody else's. I'm never sure if that actually works or not. And here we are at the very back of the markets. There's this door and leads down this secret pathway and into our accommodation. Instantly and almost amazingly, as we walk through the door, we hear the birds singing and the traffic noise is completely gone. It's like we've stepped into another world. These little birds have found the perfect sanctuary. For the next few days, this is what our accommodation will look like in our very own secret garden hideaway. It looks like Andrew, John, Fiona, Kath and Robin have already made themselves at home. After spending most of the day in the pool, our chef called us in for this magnificent feast. So much for doing a bit of exercise and maybe losing some weight. Now we take a quick ferry ride to Lembongan. The boats are backed into the beach, and then it's a matter of getting your gear and jumping off the back. There's no jetty. And then we're whisked away in this handsome truck, and the roads are a bit rugged, to a mountaintop villa. And here it is, Aquanusa. What a great spot. And this should do us fine for the next 3 or 4 days. And the view's not too bad either. I'm sure we'll be putting that pool to good use. Rafted up there. And now we're heading down for a manta ray dive. This local fishing village is where we pick up our boat and captain and head out for the dive, or snorkel really. We've got a pretty happy crew as we head out the river mouth. The water's very shallow here and the channel's very narrow. As you can see, there's people hunting their way out, but in no time we're out into the open ocean. Indian Ocean, that is. Although the ocean looks fairly calm, there's some very big waves crashing in on the shore. And then in the blink of an eye, we're in total chaos. In the pool of human soup, people jostling for positions to see the manta ray. Apparently it was there, but I never saw it. And then we moved to a shallower reef. The coral was nice, but there were still boats going everywhere and propellers spinning. People who didn't look very capable swimming around. That's our guide there, riding a bike. I'm not sure I'd be relying on him to save me if things went wrong. And with so many boats around and people in the water, it was actually quite difficult to keep track of where your particular boat was, or where you were supposed to be going. Although I guess our dive master riding his bike sort of stood out a bit. I must say that the dive sites themselves were pretty good, but the hectic conditions with so many divers or snorkelers in the water and people not really knowing where they're going and breathing in the two-stroke fumes didn't help the experience. And now we head back for home and hopefully calmer conditions around the corner. And yep, you've got to be happy with that. Look at those conditions. Now back into the squeezy channel and the shallow water. And things get pretty tight here as we head down this channel. Standing room only. And now we're grabbing some scooters and heading to the southern end of the island for some of the surfing action. And even if you're not a surfer, you've got to love these conditions in the waves. Absolutely sweet. We actually spent a fair bit of the afternoon watching these waves roll in. We headed even further south to the southernmost tip of the island. You could almost hear the banjos playing. We're quite surprised to see that there's no infrastructure, no houses, and it almost looks like there's been some development and then it's all gone. Almost a desert. What a great spot. As you can see from John's smile, he was loving the ride out here, feeling right at home. And now we're heading back to cross that yellow bridge. A very busy yellow bridge, I must say. And pretty rattly too. And now for a coffee and ice cream at the beach cafe. And can you believe it? It's time to head home on our 6-engined ferry. I noted they're 2-stroke engines as well. Fantastic, they're still going. I'm sure they'll get us home.